Welcome back to Big Blue Avenue, folks. Tom Scavetta here, bringing you today's episode featuring a very interesting topic that I found to be quite alarming, and I'm just going to dive briefly into it. This won't be that long of a video, but before I get into today's topic, make sure to go check us out on all social media platforms on Big Blue Avenue, on Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Big Blue Avenue. Really appreciate all the support that we've gotten as of late on our last couple of videos that we've run. Got a lot more fun content coming up, but today's topic, it kind of astonishes me and it angers me that I actually have to sit here and make a video on this. There are rumors that Adrian Peterson is being predicted to land with the New York Giants. Now, first and foremost, Adrian Peterson is an old, aging running back. This was reported by Giants Wire. I first read it today, saying that the Giants are predicted to land him, and it just makes zero sense. All due respect to Adrian Peterson, one of the best running backs ever to play the game, and I think he is an absolute beast. Props to him for still playing, taking a similar path to guys like Frank Gore, Tom Brady, as for the quarterback position. But despite the injury concern of Saquon Barkley, the Giants have lined themselves up in a position where they have running back depth stacked up in the event Barkley is not fully healed by the time the season starts from the torn ACL. So what the Giants did this offseason to basically counter this point, because Adrian Peterson landing with the Giants, I don't think it will happen. I don't think it should happen either. And here's why. The Giants signed running back Devontae Booker to a big deal for a backup running back, probably one of the more questionable deals financially wise of the offseason. 2-year deal around $6 million. Wasn't a huge fan of the deal at the time, was hoping they'd bring back Wayne Gallman, but Devontae Booker might have a little more upside. He is a little bit older as well. Devontae Booker is more than likely the running back 2 heading into the season and will be running back 1 if Barkley is not ready to go in week 1 against Denver. The Giants also spent one of their 2 6th-round draft picks on a running back, Gary Brightwell out of Arizona, special teams guy. Joe Judge happens to love those guys. They invested 1 free agent, 1 draft pick on a running back so far. They weren't done there. They went and they signed running back Corey Clement, former Super Bowl champion with the Philadelphia Eagles, excellent pass-catching back who brings a lot of value to this roster, also a special teams ace. Corey Clement was the leading receiver when the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year. Not to mention, the Giants also took the time and effort to claim Raquel Armstead off waivers from the Jacksonville Jaguars, who is a former, I believe, is a day 3 draft pick about 4 or 5 years ago. So all of these moves are an attempt to further assure Saquon Barkley in the event that he is unable to go. Obviously, he's still rehabbing from that torn ACL, and Barkley has been hurt the past 2 seasons, missing 18 games. However, it doesn't make sense to bring Adrian Peterson to this football team. Adrian Peterson, again, like I said, all due respect to the guy, Peterson doesn't bring much receiving skill to the table, especially at his age. I think he's a better fit for a team like the Seahawks or the Chargers. Peterson also, he came out and gave some pretty nice words to Saquon Barkley, stating that Saquon Barkley has Hall of Fame potential, and the two have something in common where they both fought back from similar injuries. Adrian Peterson had a very similar injury to Saquon Barkley, came back, had a monstrous year a year or 2 after, early on in his career, though, with the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, Barkley entering a similar phase. And Peterson, obviously, last year played with the Detroit Lions, where he averaged just under 4 yards a carry, which is pretty good. But it just doesn't make sense. I think him coming in, it would hurt the development of Gary Brightwell. And Peterson would play at a drastically reduced role for this football team, a team that's already tight on cash heading into next year for 2022. And I don't like this subject because the story about Kadarius Toney and the contract situation, now that that's settled, there's nothing better for the media to discuss. There's nothing better for the media to talk about. So what's the next best thing? Go after Saquon Barkley, who's rehabbing from a torn ACL. This is exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to clickbait people to read their stories and believe these things. And in reality, Adrian Peterson is not coming here. If the Giants signed him, I would welcome him with open arms. I wouldn't necessarily agree with the move. This has nothing to do with Adrian Peterson, the player. This has everything to do with Saquon Barkley and with the pieces we've already lined up throughout the course of the offseason. That includes free agency, the draft, and post-draft acquisitions. So I think it's silly to even entertain this idea that Adrian Peterson might be joining the Giants. Folks, let me know what you think in the comments section below. I'm really interested to see everybody's opinion on this. But again, thank you all very much for watching this short video here today. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Big Blue Avenues. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. More content coming soon. Thank you all very much for watching.